So, hello everyone. So we are discussing some of the techniques to realize leakage power that will be introduced in a VLSI circuit. So due to the fabrication of uh, different materials, we have to use it while we are designing any type of metal oxide semiconductor circuit. So due to that, the materials and the different layers and the different uh, metals used in the VLSI circuit, so that may introduce some of the uh, power dissipation terms. Those are nothing but short circuit power dissipation and dynamic power dissipation and static power dissipation and some of the leakage power contents. So those are will be minimized by using different techniques. So in that techniques, so when we are maintaining a variable threshold or levels, multiple threshold levels, so that leakage will be that leakage content or the leakage current will be controlled by using one of the technique. The technique in today's class we will see. So the technique name is or the process name is in short form we can call it as VT CMOS approach. VT CMOS approach. So VT is nothing but variable threshold variable threshold complementary metal oxide semiconductor approach. So variable threshold complementary metal oxide semiconductor approach. So already we know what is a CMOS. CMOS circuit. So already in VLSI technology, already we seen how that CMOS will be fabricated in NVEL process and the PVEL process. So how that will be CMOS will be combined both PMOS transistor and NMOS transistors, and also we see in a basic CMOS inverter how whenever we are combining the two MOS transistor, that NMOS and the PMOS, in a single structure, how they will be work like as a simple inverter. So that operation already we seen. So here whatever in this structure, that variable threshold complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So this is the physical structure of CMOS inverter. So in A figure, so that will be shown without body bias. That will be showing without body bias. But in B figure, that will showing with body bias. So in the left corner side, we are applying some of the biasing voltages to respective CMOS inverter. So and in below figure, so we see the substrate bias control circuit. So here for a simple inverter, so at the biasing terminals of the both the PMOS transistor and NMOS transistor, so we are connected a substrate bias control circuit. So by using this approach, how we will control that leakage power, so we'll see in today's class. So already we are observed that so this low supply voltage along with low threshold voltage, so that will, so we are considering very low supply voltage, that is nothing but the VDD voltage. So that low supply voltage is also having so there its own low threshold voltage. So by combining these two voltages, that means low supply voltage and the low threshold voltage, so it is overallly provides a reduced overall power dissipation. That means so whenever we are maintaining a reasonable voltage to operate any mass device, so it may be a low supply voltage or it may be a low threshold voltage. For those supply voltages, the threshold voltages may vary from one level to another level, from one level to another level. So if we are giving a low supply voltage, so that according to that voltage that may have a low threshold voltage, so that will reduces the overall power dissipation. So if we are giving a reasonable threshold voltage to a circuit, or that design may operated with a reasonable threshold voltage, so the power dissipation of the device will be reduces without degradation in performance. So in without any uh, 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 without any uh, the decreasing in performance area, so that will be maintained a proper reasonable power dissipation within the device, reasonable power dissipation within the device. So the use of low VT transistors that will leads to increase subthreshold leakage current. So here whatever we are using this low VT transistors, so that will be decreases the overall circuit power dissipation, but that especially the subthreshold this subthreshold power or subthreshold current will be, that leakage current will be that will be increases whenever that leakage current, when that leakage current will increases means when the circuit is in standby mode. When the circuit is in standby mode, that means uh, without an operation, or without we are doing any activity with that device. So during that time, whatever we design the MOS transistors within the within the design, so that will be the power, the power will be, the power dissipation of the circuit will be increases in case of when the device in the sleep mode. So in that may be applicable in many recent applications. Those are nothing but cell phones, whatever we are using. These are the mobile phones, and personal digital assistants, PDAs, and laptops, and whatever the PAM tops, or whatever some of the routers and amplifiers, whatever you are using to transmit the signal from one place to another place. So whenever these type of devices will be operated under standby mode. So even though those are working or active mode, so most properly in standby mode, that subthreshold current will be the subthreshold current will leakage. So we have to rectify that problem. So if these devices are that subthreshold leakage current will becomes more and more, that will becomes more and more. So when it will leads to the it will that will be uh, most affected by the battery life of the device. So if the subthreshold leakage current will leak will be more and more, so then that will spoils the battery of that battery of that. So if that spoils the battery of the device, so then we can't use the device in proper manner. So we can't use the device in proper manner. So to overcome that problem, so we have to use variable threshold complementary metal oxide semiconductor approach. So these circuits that will be uses the body effect to reduce the subthreshold leakage current. Subthreshold leakage current. So these variable threshold CMOSs uses the body effect. That means whatever we are giving the biasing voltage to respective uh, whatever the transistors in place within the CMOS technology, placed within the CMOS technology. That means in case of CMOS transistor, we're having both the NMOS transistor and the PMOS transistor. So for this circuits, we will use with help of the body effect to reduce the subthreshold leakage current when the circuit is in normal mode. So already we have some idea about the threshold voltage is a function of the voltage difference between the source and the substrate. So here the threshold voltage is nothing but it is some of the voltage difference between the source and the substrate. So the substrate terminals of all the n-channel metal oxide semiconductor transistor are connected to the ground potential, and the substrate terminals of all the p-channel metal oxide semiconductor, so PMOS transistors, are connected to VDD, are connected to VDD. So here we have to, whenever we have to observe this um, figure in this figure. So here whenever we have to connect these terminals, that means whatever the terminals related to NMOS transistors are connected to ground potential. So these are connected to the ground here, NMOS, that means within the P substrate we have N regions, so those are connected to ground, and within the N well we have a P type transistor, that is PMOS transistor. So that will be connected to VDD. So this will tells us that the source and drain diffusion regions always remain reverse bias with respect to the substrate, and the threshold voltages of the transistors are not influenced by the body effect. So here in this figure A, so those are not influenced with body effect, because here some of the one transistor potential will be connected to ground and another transistor potential will be connected to ground. So these terminals will not significantly influenced by the body effect. So in the case of VT CMOS circuits, the substrate bias voltage of NMOS and the PMOS transistors are controlled with help of the substrate bias control circuit. So to control the body effect voltages, that means variable threshold voltages. So those will be happened whenever we have to connect a substrate bias control circuit. So by using this substrate bias control circuit, we have to control the body effect voltages, or we have to fix the variable threshold voltages to maintain a proper power dissipation of the circuit. That means whenever we have to operate with substrate bias control circuit, so definitely that will be uh, minimize the leakage power of that device. So when the circuit is in operating in the active mode, so at the time the substrate bias voltage for NMOS and PMOS transistors are, so we have VBN is equal to 0 volts and the VBP VDD, so respectively. So if you are assuming VDD is equal to 1 volt, so the corresponding threshold voltage for NMOS and the PMOS transistors are 0.2 volts, and VTP is minus 0.2 volts. So when the circuit is in standby mode, the substrate bias control circuit generates a lower substrate bias voltage of for the NMOS transistor and higher substrate bias voltage for a P-type transistor. So that is equal to P-type transistor VDD plus VB for the PMOS transistor. So by comparing these two voltages, so there will be an increase in threshold voltage for NMOS and the PMOS transistor. So when the VTN is equal to zero point 0.5 volts and VTP is equal to minus 0.5 volts. So this leads a substantial reduction in subthreshold leakage current because of the exponential depends of the subthreshold leakage current on the threshold voltage. Threshold voltage. So whatever, whenever we comparing this uh, circuit without substrate bias control circuit and with substrate bias control, so there will be the variation of the threshold voltages may vary uh, exponentially. That may values may vary exponentially. So due to variation of that threshold voltages, so that will be reduces, that will definitely that reduce the sub-threshold leakage current because of the exponential depends of the sub-threshold leakage current on the threshold voltage. So in this VTC MOS technique is a very effective technique for controlling threshold voltage and reducing sub-threshold leakage current. So it requires a twin well or a triple well CMOS fabrication technology so that different substrate bias voltages can be applied to different parts of the chips. So for this VTC mask, we have to maintain separate power pins. So may also be required if the substrate bias voltage levels are not generated on chip. So additional area required for the substrate bias control circuitry. So that will compare to the overall chip area. So to place a substrate bias control within the circuit, so we require additional placement to maintain this variable threshold levels uh, for every mass transistor used in the design, and also it will be helpful to reduce the subthreshold leakage current. So by using this current, so definitely even though the circuit is in stand mode, so we have to reduce the subthreshold leakage current that will be reduces by half amount of its power dissipation, of amount of its power dissipation. So we have to control some leakage power dissipation. So that leakage power is nothing but so that will be depends on subthreshold leakage currents. The subthreshold leakage currents will be controlled by maintaining variable threshold levels of the circuit. So whenever we are maintaining the variable threshold levels of that circuit, so we have to minimize the leakage power that leakage power that will be related with different mass circuits what different mass circuits used in a specific integrated circuit. So next we'll see this transistor. What is meant by this transistor stacking that will related to leakage power minimization, leakage power minimization. So this stack is nothing but, so here in so many designs we are using in series and the parallel combination. So we are giving the same response, or we are giving the same input voltages to the series of the transistors and the parallel of the transistor. So even though you will giving the series, but they will consume different voltages, even though they are in same configuration, so the variation of the voltages from one device to another device, so we can call it as stacking of the mass cycle. So here the transistor stacking is nothing but so if we are using more than one transistor is in series in a CMOS circuit, so the leakage current has a strong depends on the number of turned off transistor. So here if uh, how many transistors in turn off, so based on that turn off condition, that the leakage current will become more and more higher. So if the more number of transistors in ideal or off condition, so then the leakage current will be more effective on the circuit. So this type of arrangement or this type of switching off transistors is called as a stack effect of the device. So the mechanism of stack effect can be understood by, so here already I told different n number of transistor. So whatever you are seeing, the figure in 9.8a, 9.8a. So here we have a 4 input NAND gate and the 4 input NOR gate, 4 input NOR gate. So here we are using, so parallelly in four transistors, P type transistors and series four transistor. In the same way, three transistors in parallel, three are in parallel and three are in series. So here whatever, so we are giving 0 volts for the series of these transistors, but that, but may transistors may operate or acquiring different levels of voltages. For example, the ground transistors may acquire 14 millivolts and beside the ground transistor 34 millivolts. So after another transistor, it is 89 millivolts, and the first transistor in series configuration, that is 2.3 volts, 2.3 volts. So due to during this condition, so whenever we are giving the input to 0 to NMOS transistor, so that overall four transistors will be in off condition, or so that means it will be acts like as a open circuit. So are in turn off mode. These four transistors will be in turn off mode. So due to this effect, this will be these four transistors will be create some leakage current because of these transistors are turned off in whenever it will be applying 0 volts. So whenever it will be in off condition, it will be giving a leakage current. So then it will be called as a stack effect. This will be called as a stack effect. So the following three mechanisms come into play to reduce the leakage current. So one is uh, first point is to reduce this type of leakage current. So we have to maintain the subthreshold current on gate to source voltage. The leakage current is greatly reduced because of negative gate to source voltages. And the second one is the leakage current is also reduced due to body effect. So already we discussed the body effect voltages in variable threshold CMOSs. So whenever we are maintaining that VT CMOS, that means a sub-threshold control circuit, that is substrate bias control circuit. So that whenever we are operating substrate bias control circuit, so the body of all the three transistors is reverse biased with respect to the source. So another one is, so we have to maintain drain induced barrier lowering effect. So drain induced barrier lowering effect. So whenever we are maintaining this type of techniques, also we have to reduce the leakage current with this stacking of the transistors in any of the integrated circuit, in any of the integrated circuit. So that is about today's class, that is VT-CMOS approach. So how we will control, in what way we are controlling the leakage power. So by maintaining the VT-CMOS approach and the stacking approaches, that means we learned what is meant by stacking and how that will be controlled. Those off transistors will be controlled with help of substrate bias control circuit. Substrate bias control circuit. So in next class, we'll continue what is meant by empty CMOS approach. So in next class, we have to see what is multiple threshold complementary metal oxide semiconductor approach.